Well, hello all you wonderful people. My name is Andy Dixon. This is Old Man by the Sea Productions, and today I'm going to show my attempt at installing boat guide-on posts. I'm new at all of this, so I'll say be kind in the comments. I don't know what I'm doing. I've watched lots of YouTube videos about you guys that do. So what I have here, this is from JY Performance. It was $62 on Amazon. And you have all of the installation and guideposts, everything you need to put these guideposts on your trailer, and I'm going to be installing them right down here. I just wanted you to see this is what it's called. It's JY Performance Trailer Post Guide-on for ski boats, fishing boats, those kind of things. And you have all the mounting hardware, everything you need to put this on your boat. You can either adjust it to 40 inches or 48 inches, whichever is best for you. All right, I've already had to watch a video on how to install one of these, so the best place I can see is put them right there. The brackets won't fit. I thought about trying to get them right here. They won't fit there. And yes, I know I've got a guide on there now, but I won't be able to see that when the boat's in the water. So since, again, everything I'm doing is new, I wanted to have at least some kind of a guide to help me see, oh, that's where the trailer is, and that's where I can get to the middle of it. So the best spot to put them is going to be right here. So you need 4 nuts, 4 washers, the mounting bracket, and these 2 U-bolts to attach it to, or to be able to attach your guide bar onto your trailer. So, all right, so you take, from what I can tell, you take your, and I'm gonna mount these in a crossing pattern because I don't have a big wide trailer for my boat, and this is going to go like this because your guidepost will slide in there, and then you're going to lock it down to the trailer using that bracket. You can do it either way. You know what? No, because if you do that, then these are going to be sticking up, and that could be a hazard to, yeah. So we're going to do it underneath, and so let's see what we do here. And again, my camera at work is so good. To do the crossing pattern, you've got a hole in the front, and then you've got this hole here that gives you some play. Right there. So that's how I'm going to be doing it. So the hole there, and then that bigger in the back. And I'll go ahead and put a washer and a nut. So these are lock nuts, so I will be starting from this side so that can lock in after I've got it started. So let's go ahead and get this started, I hope. There we go. All right. So just a little hint, if I've been sitting here struggling trying to hold it and do all this together. If you, and again, y'all may be going, yeah, duh. If you tilt it sideways like this, guess what? That's a whole lot easier. So I'm catching that or not, so you can tilt it sideways so you can get everything started, and that's much easier. So yay me. So we got that on there. Now this, because I'm doing the crossing pattern, this has a notch in the U-bolt, and it will go this direction. Let's put this on there with the nut, I hope. It's locked nuts, you got to get them started right. All right, got one more to do. And you know what I did? Shit. Well, guess what I did? You notice how that's pointed? It's pointed like that. It's going to be really hard to put a guidepost on there when it's pointed that direction. So I wasn't going to show this, but I thought, you know what? It may save somebody from doing the same thing I just did. So I gotta take this apart, and I gotta have this bracket facing this way. So let me do that. All right, so don't put your bracket like this. You want it to be like that. There you go. Tip of the day. How about that? Now let me get this first one started again. I can do this like that. Make sure it's going to be right. That's going to be right. All right, so let's get this started again. Alrighty, already got a washer on there. Alright, so now we got it mounted the correct direction. Again, this U-bolt has the notch, so it's going to go in this like this. And there is that bigger channel to allow it to have some kind of play. So let's get this on there. Pretty sad when you struggle just getting a nut on a bolt, but we're getting there. And one more time. So now it looks like this. What I'm going to do next, I guess I need to get this tightened up. So let me get this tightened up. Okay, here's what I know. All I have to tighten those nuts with is this wrench. So it's going to take a long time. But, so I will not sit here and show you how I'm doing this because I'm sure you can figure it out. I'm sure it's going to be a matter of tightening it up. I don't have it says you need a deep socket, but my God, I can't imagine a socket that deep. Maybe there is one. Hell, I will be tightening up bolts for a little while. You can see the process. This is all I have. It's 17, like 17 millimeters, what it is. Well, I'm still not done. I'm that far along now. Lordy, I feel like I need the SpongeBob little 3 hours later, but I'm almost there now. Let me get the guide post up here. Oh Lord. So this will just simply slide right into here. Yeah, easy for me to say. Yeah. Well, I'm too tight. Well, there you go. Let me bring it down a little bit. All right. Let's try it again here. There we go. All right, so that's how it slides in. So now you take your PVC guide post, and it's got a notch in it, as you can tell, and you simply slide it down on this. And the nice thing about this, and one thing I read, is a lot of people have the PVC pipe, but you know that will over time, you hit that pipe too much, it's just a PVC pipe, it's going to bend, it's going to break eventually. So this has got the metal interior inside of this, and like I said, this is a very sturdy piece of PVC, and it simply slides down the post to the mark, and I can lock that in. So that's what it's going to look like. Now obviously I'm going to bring it in a little bit closer, and just all I have to do is tighten that down. And I've got a guide post on there for when I launch this weekend. So you've got the 40 and the 48 inch, so you simply add a little bolt right in there, and you can make it 48 inches. I may want the 48 inches. That's what it's going to look like. Yeah, I thought I'd have this done and also have that mounted all in one evening, and guess what? That ain't happening. But I'm kind of thinking I like that 48 inches now that I see it up there. You know, the nice thing is it's very easy to adjust it. It's no big deal. But I'm going to leave that at 48 inches. So when I put my trailer in the water, I'll have this much of a guide. And I do like the fact that it's going to kind of rest against this bunk right there. So I know it's wide enough for the hull. And yeah, that's going to be nice. I like that. So I will say for now, thank you for watching. I'm going to do the exact same thing over there. I will not show that because I think that's enough. But it's all the same materials. Got your guide post, U-bolts, nuts, your washers, your bracket. It's all right there. And you know, it's just the fact it's tedious. I will say at the shop where I bought my bow, or at the dealership, I guess, They charge $189 an hour for mechanic work. So this $62 boat guide would be, well, basically almost $250 there. So if you have a lot of money, you don't mind to spend it, it would be the easiest to let them do it. But you know, I don't mind to save money where I can, and this is just tedious. It's not hard. Anybody could do this. It just takes time, and you just have to be patient with it. And now that it's on there, I definitely like it. I definitely wanted something like that, so I like that. Anyway, if you're putting up with all this stuff, again, this is going to be a maiden boat owner's voyage from beginning to hopefully a happy end. But thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Well, hello all you wonderful people. This is day 2 of my boat installation stuff. I spent well, probably close to 3 hours getting this one on and this one on. Now they're still loose, but they're on, and all I have to do now is just get them the right distance and then tighten them up from the bottom, and that's it. And what I read online, it's the recommended space is between 1 and 3 inches. So what I did, I had an old pool noodle, and I basically cut it in half, and that is about 1 inch. So all I have to do now is put this here, and I know that my spacing is about 1 inch off the side of the boat. So I'll be able to just basically screw this tight, and I know if I keep it right in that area, it's going to be about 1 inch. I can do the same thing on the other side. Go ahead with day 2 of the install of the boat guides. This is more for just so I can tell where the heck I am. But so 1.5 inches here and about 1 inch right there off of the trailer. So I did that on, I wanted to use this pool noodle so it would actually stay there. This shouldn't be that difficult. Of course I say that out loud, but now I'm simply going to tighten these down. Now, it didn't show me doing this last night because it was a process. But I'm just trying to make sure it stays straight on the trailer and I get it tightened down. So I know you all have tightened down nuts before, so I'm not going to show this anymore. But let's get this tightened down, and we'll go to the other side, get that one tightened down, then I will be done with the trailer guide. Well, I was kind of worried about that, and I didn't pay attention. See how that's squished down on that? I'm going to need to loosen these and pull those out a little bit more. That's why I use that pool noodle. Maybe good Lord, what a face, huh? So I've loosened this up. I'm just going to kind of try and walk it out just a little bit. I may have to get my rubber mallet, or just loosen it a little bit more, I guess. There we go. It's moving just slightly. And so I can, now I need to pay attention up here better to make sure that it stays where it doesn't tighten it in like that, which it very possibly could do. Something else I thought about is, you know, I may be tightening the front too much before the back. So I'm going to put a level on there so I make sure that I keep this tightened level so that I'm keeping the front and the back tension the same. Like I said, guys, I don't know what I'm doing the best I can. It's 4 different nuts, so you've got to have tension on each one of them the same to make it level when you're done. So all right, let's try it again here. I am going to use a rubber mallet to kind of pound it in just a little bit. I want it to be somewhat tight, and the one thing I have learned with a rubber mallet, have something between whatever you're hitting and the rubber mallet, just kind of protect this so I don't make marks on this. I don't want to mark it all up. So just something else to try and do. Again, I'm probably making this way more difficult than it needs to be, but you know, that's me, whatever. Okay, just a couple hits with the mallet. You can see here I've got just about the right distance that I wanted. It's not tight. And then you can tell here the level both of these two ends are level. So I've got this, the tension is same on all 4 of the nuts, or on the U-bolt sides. So that should be good. So I'm going to tighten down just a little bit more, but hey, we're getting there. And like I said, it just took a couple of hits with that mallet to kind of knock it back just a little bit more. Well, I am not loving this. This does not, this screw right here does not tighten down to hold this on. It's more of a guide. It fits on it so that it stops it. But that's it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole here through here and have something to basically make sure that doesn't come off. I don't like that design. That's something, I mean, I don't know how it would come off, but it could. That's all I can say. It could come off. So yeah, don't liking that at all, actually. If it can come loose, it can come loose. Now there's that much of the post inside of this, but even still, that's just loose. And I think I need to drill a hole here. I just have it so I can put a cotter pin or something through there. Not a cotter pin, but some kind of latching pin to hold that on. Right, as always, one more thing to think about. I'm not liking that design though. That's yeah, don't like that at all, actually. All right, let me think about this for a minute. I have these from when I had my kayak mounted with the transducer on the outside of the kayak. They went onto this little PVC bend, and I think they'll be just wide enough that I'll be able to, so I can drill a hole here, put these through, and I think they're going to be just wide enough that I can put those through there. It'll hold this, but if I want to adjust it down, it makes it still very adjustable. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drill a hole and then put this, see if this is long enough. I hope it is. If not, I might have to figure something. I may have to do like a wing nut or something, but I want it to be not permanent, obviously, just something I can do to make sure that doesn't come off in the water or going down the highway. So if you buy these, something to think about. You have to, I think you need to secure those to those posts. I just can't imagine having that loose like that. That just sounds like a really, really bad idea. So, all right, let me get the drill out. Okay, well, I just drilled a pilot hole. It's going to work. So I've got this through there, you can tell, and it comes out on this side. It's just barely there. I'm going to bend this a little bit. I didn't quite get it level because I wasn't paying attention like I should have, but it's on there. It's not going anywhere, obviously. I need to bend this a little bit so it fits flat against that, and then I think it's going to be just fine. Yeah, it's not quite level. I think if I'd gotten that level, it'd been much better. It's always something, but again, like I said, guys, this is fly by the seat of your pants, and it's going to be a whole nother evening of just doing this to make this work. So, oh well. So all I'm doing is drilling a small hole and then using my larger bit to drill the hole I need. Now I'm trying to keep this obviously level. I did the other one standing up, which was dumb. So this one I'm actually kneeling down so I can see that the drill's level all the way through. So that's all I'm doing. Small hole first, and then second hole with a larger drill bit. Now that I drilled the pilot hole right there, I'm gonna take this larger drill bit and drill through, and then I'll be able to put the cotter pin in. I call it a cotter pin. I'm sure it's got a different name. Who knows? It's a pin with a latch on it. There you go. So there you have it. There's the hole. And let's see how we did. Yeah, that one's actually, now it latches right in. That's level. That's how it should be. So it's going to work. That's not going anywhere. And what I also have is I can sit here and just look. It's just a little tight, a little bit tight here, but it's still got that, you know, almost an inch play. And let's walk over here. And got about the same amount of place. And even if that little nut should come loose now, it doesn't really matter, because look at my nose holes. This shouldn't matter now because I've got it actually latched to the post, and that's much better. Yeah, that's a bad design, but again, you saw where it was made, so no surprise there. I get some of this engineering stuff I see sometimes coming from overseas is like, obviously, how can we slap this together quickly and get it out? I get it. This is $62. I'm not going to complain. It's going to do what I want it to do. All right. I'm losing light, so I will call the install of the boat guidepost complete and satisfactory. Not perfect, but satisfactory. And then I suppose tomorrow I'll begin the install on the 3-bank battery charger, and I guess then I'll be able to get the boat on the water. I hope we get on the water this weekend, maybe Sunday. We'll see. So thank you for watching. If you made it this far and you're willing to put up with all my babbling, please subscribe to the channel. A lot more boat stuff coming now, because obviously I have a boat, but there'll still be kayak stuff too. I'm not forsaking my first love, which is my kayak. I just have this boat now, and it's, as I've said already, it's my learning process, the next step toward retirement, where I have a bigger boat. And so I'll learn with this smaller boat, then I'll have a small boat for small lakes, and then I'll have a larger boat for when I live near the ocean, and I am old man by the sea. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.